Now, the next thing that we will be doing is prototyping. As I have shown you earlier, this is the prototype that we want to create in Visual Studio Windows Form application. We have a toolbox that we can use to create such prototypes. This toolbox has multiple tools like buttons, checkboxes, dialog boxes, combo boxes, radio buttons, etc., which are going to help us to create our prototype. It will be a functional prototype, and we can simply drag and drop these items onto this form page. I'm going to open both of these side by side so that we may tally our work. The feature which I want to implement right now is this one. Basically, we are going to create a sign up page for the acceptor. For that, we will be needing these details. I am going to add text boxes for taking input from the user. Here you can see I'm just going to drag and drop this text box, and it is going to be created out here. Now I have to add a label corresponding to this text box so that we can tell user that what piece of information we are wanting from him, that he or she has to write in this text box. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this label and go into the Solution Explorer, and here you can see I have the text of this label written as label 1. I can change it to patient name, and after changing this over here, it has been changed on this form application. Now this text box also has a name. I'm going to select this text box and I'm going to this property section of the Solution Explorer, and here I can see this text box has name text box 1. For our convenience, I'm going to set this name to patient name so that we can use it in our code. In lowercase letter, I have written down its name. Now I have to do this for the rest of the text boxes. For phone number, for city, for hospital, I have to add multiple text boxes. So as you can see, I have added 4 multiple fields on this form application, and with correspondence to each label, I have labeled the text. I have named a text box as well. For example, this text box is corresponding with the label phone number, so I have named this text box phone number. Same is the case, I have labeled this text box as city and this text box as hospital name. It is going to help us in our coding section. The next thing that we want to implement is this part, the province. It takes a combo box with it. I will show you what a combo box actually is. A combo box basically is a drop down menu that I'm going to create over here. It has limited labels that are mentioned in this combo box. User cannot enter freely into this. User has to select from the drop down options that are available for the user in this combo box. Now I'm gonna add the label change the name of this combo box to province. Now further we have to create another combo box for blood. So further I have to add a button, and it is going to be an upload button that will help user to upload his or her medical documents. I'm going to label this upload documents, and I'm going to set the label of this button. Firstly, I'm going to change its name to upload so that it might help us in the coding part, and then I'm going to change its text upload as well. So as you can see, it has been updated. And lastly, I have to add the date part, which is going to indicate that at which date the patient needs the blood, if it's a scheduled appointment. For that, I'm going to add the name appointment date. Okay. And I can select month calendar from here, and I have added this month calendar. I'm going to increase the size of this application. You can also increase its size a little more. I select this. So okay, I'm going to change the name of the calendar to appointment. Further, we can change the name of the form by selecting the form, going to the properties, and here you can see is text. I'm going to change it to blood on. So as you can see, it has changed its name over here. I'm going to name this form appointment form. Or I can name it acceptor details. It will be called acceptor details because it is basically a sign up. We cannot use spaces. Acceptor details, of course, because it will be used as a variable in the coding part. So now that we have created the prototype, I can show you how it is going to look. Just run this code, and this will be the final output after we have created this application. We have not implemented any code so far, so whatever I'm going to just enter over here is just going to accept. It is not going to be stored anywhere. I have to put some restrictions on these text boxes as well. This is the combo box. I can click on this button as well, and I can select the date